So then they'll all be able to hear us.
Sounds good.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. I feel like the music is like a little bit loud for me. Okay, I think we're good. I think, hello, we can hear you. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad that can you guys hear Jimmy? Can you, just check again, if you mind?
Hello, mic check 1 2. Hello, hello. I'm gonna turn myself up a little bit. There we go.
I'm turning you up just a little bit here.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Schmores, hello.
Hello, Schmores. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
We got 18 seconds of advertisements left, and then we'll get started.
Sounds good.
All right. Here we go. It's happening. Here we go. Oh, that's the ending title screen. Okay, here we go. Hello! Yay, we did it. Welcome in, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to episode 3 of Friendship and Frenchroast. We have our good friend Jimmycat here with us today. Jimmy is also a Twitch streamer. If you do !today, you can find a link to his Twitch page. And on his Twitch page, you'll be able to find all of his stuff. So you can follow him on all the social medias that he is on. But yeah, so we're going to talk to Jimmy today. Jimmy doesn't drink coffee, so we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, my mom is a big coffee drinker, but no one else in my family does. And it's just like, my friends always ask me, like, how I survive. Just like, I just been doing this for 32 years of my life. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you guys.
That's crazy to me. I've been drinking coffee since I was in like middle school, I feel like. So it's like it's just been a vice ever since I was a young lady. So it always blows my mind when people don't drink coffee. But I mean, it it is what it is. Do you drink any caffeine at all, or is it just coffee is just a no go?
Coffee's just more of a no-go. Like, I've tried it, and it's just not my thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just it is what it is.
It is what it is, truly. Well, guys, Jimmy is so Jimmy and I. Hello, options. This is the noises I can hear. Okay, Jimmy. We met each other. We were just talking about this before we went live, but Jimmy and I actually met through Schmores, who is here in chat, and we
Yep.
were talking about like sort of like that origin story about how. So I always like to ask people like Twitch in general. Like I feel like you and I have been connected through like Schmores, BB Jess, like the BB Squad. I feel like
Yep.
was kind of how we met. And now I feel like you and I host co-working Discord calls, and I feel like you join those a lot, and I feel like that you also get a lot of benefit from like the body doubling. Why did my Spotify stop? You get a lot of benefit from doing like the body doubling like I do, which I think is really cool. But so as far as like Twitch is concerned, so you know Schmores, how did you get into obviously you're streaming. How did you get into streaming? How did you like how did you find Twitch? Like how did you find Schmores? Did you guys know each other before? Or like just tell me your origin story on Twitch. Let
So
me
yeah. So the origin story with Twitch was, to be completely honest with you here, I started off senior year of high school. At the time, I just had Xbox 360 and the Kinect, which had like the camera on it. And at the time, you can use that to live stream onto Twitch from the Xbox. So
okay.
it was like the grainy, it had a headset mic and everything. It wasn't a PC or anything like that. Um, I took a bit of a break during college, just get through schooling and everything like that. And about 2018, I decided to get back into it, get back into streaming and all that stuff. I was able to get a gaming PC, and just get everything hooked up and the nice little setup that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was just we were able to get affiliate within a year and a half. And honestly,
Awesome.
like, I never made this. This is never like this is going to be my full-time job and all that stuff. I've always had the mindset of, this is just something for fun, something to do, have some fun, enjoy ourselves. Luckily, I have a great friend group, including Schmores, which the origin story to how we met is hilarious in itself. But I have a great friend group that are always willing to hang out with me on stream, game with me. Whenever we do whenever I do like charity events and all that stuff, I'm always throwing a call out for anyone who is, interested in, just hanging out, playing games, donating, whatever.
Hmm.
So like when we're able to have those games, have those streams go about, it's always like party games and stuff like that. So, streaming has really opened my eyes and allowed me to experience things that I would never really experience
Yeah.
in that regard. Meeting great people, meeting the friends that I've met over the years, going to events like DreamHack, which again, and we talked about this off stream. I'm jealous that you're going. Like I've gone the last 2 years and all that stuff. DreamHack Dallas is amazing, and I know you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Are you like a big convention goer, or is like DreamHack like the only one that you've gone to?
I'll go to conventions from time to time. Just kind of depends on what's out there, what's
Hmm.
interests me. DreamHack obviously interests me because it's gaming. It's not just gaming based, but it's also, there's stuff to do in Dallas. There's stuff to.
Yeah.
My friends live in the Dallas area, so it just makes sense for a bunch of us to fly in, meet up, hang out. There's stuff to do in downtown Dallas beforehand and also after the convention as well. And but I mean, there's some conventions here in where I live and all that. There's an anime convention in Detroit, like the weekend or following or of
Was
Halloween.
it Youmacon?
Yumicon, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that one time, and I think I was 19 when I went, and I loved it. I cosplayed
Hmm.
there, and it was like my first like convention that I had experienced, and it was really fun. I'm sad that I didn't get to do it more, but now that I'm an
Yeah,
adult and have adult money, I can do it a little bit more. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, my friends, they cosplayed, and then he got me because at the time I was vlogging, and just trying to see, like, get to experience and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
My friends were cosplaying as something from, I believe, My Hero Academia, and you got me in a hoodie, just like, just walking around with a camera, going around.
That's so
So,
cool. How fun.
um, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends on the convention. It kind of depends like what's out there and all that stuff. If there's something that's interests me, just like, what, I'll go. We'll have some fun. We'll go from there. But if not, okay, it's not the end of the world. I can skip a year and all that.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that way too. It's like we went to TwitchCon last year, and
Hmm.
we probably won't make it this year. It's expensive. It's expensive to travel.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, in Dallas, it makes sense to go there because we actually have friends in Dallas too. My friend Wonderlust RPG is there, and
Hmm.
Casual Elephant. They're in like the area, so it's easy to like go and like it makes sense for us to like go see our friends. My friend Markless is going with me. We're gonna share an Airbnb with options, and my friend Annie on film. And it's cool. I
Nice.
think that like conventions are a good way to sort of like bring the people like your online friends together, regardless of like what
Yes.
the convention is giving you. Like I'm not like a huge gamer, when it comes to like FPS or I don't even know what games are going to be there at DreamHack, but there's a lot of games that I don't play. But I think it's a really great opportunity, any convention, just to bring people together. It's like, okay, here's a centrally located thing that we can do in like a city. And like you said, there's a lot of stuff to do in Dallas. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So I'm excited. I'm bummed that you won't go, but maybe we'll hit up a convention together sometime. Especially considering we're both in the state of Michigan, maybe we can figure something
Yeah.
out. That would be really fun to
Yeah. We'll
do.
figure something out. We'll coordinate it, and
Yeah,
we'll go from there.
yeah, it would be awesome. So, okay, so you said something about you started again in streaming in 2018. I think you said.
Yes.
So when did you first start streaming? Like what year was that?
So from 2011 to early 2013
Oh
is when
wow.
I started
Okay.
streaming the first time, and that
Okay.
was with the whole Xbox and the Connect thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then at that point, it got to it. I was at a. There have been times in my life where I've had to like take step backs
Mhm.
of certain things. Streaming was one of them.
Mhm.
Like going to school and all that. So
Yeah.
I had to take a step back from streaming for school. And then 2017, 2018, I got the itch to get
Mm-hmm.
back into it, but I wanted to make sure I was doing it properly, where I wasn't, sound like I was on an AM radio call in that
Yeah.
regard, like crackly and all stuff, the
Yeah.
headset. So
Yeah.
I was able to save up some money, get the PC, get everything set up, and just get back into it. Back in it was like middle of 2018 when I started to slowly get back into it and
Okay.
get back into gaming and streaming and all
Yeah.
that.
How cool. That's awesome. That's awesome that you've been doing it for so long. Cause I only started just in 2020, when like that whole influx of, streamers came in
Mhm.
during COVID. So I'm part of that group, but I wish I would have been doing it sooner. So it's really cool that you've been doing it for a long time. You said that you needed to take a break from streaming because you were in school. And I know that
Mhm.
you mentioned this, before we started, but you have like a radio background. Was school
Yes.
for radio? And like, can you just tell me a little bit about like radio and like what your experience is with that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I did go to school for broadcasting in general.
Okay.
I fell in love with radio because obviously, like, with TV, you have to, if you're in front of camera, you got to wear a suit and all that stuff. You
Yeah.
got to look nice and everything. And just like, no, no, if I could show up to some place with shorts, it was, sweatpants and a t-shirt, I'm good. And the school I went to had his own on-campus radio station.
Okay.
Shout out to Oakland University and WXOU.
Oh,
I
hell
was there
yeah. Okay.
yep, I was there all 4 years. My college career there. At a time, I did a sports show, a sports talk show, and just had some fun with that. And 6 months after graduating, I was able to get into a sports talk radio show in the Southeast Michigan area, or not show, a station, excuse me.
Sure.
Um, and I was there for 8 years. I actually just left this past March
Oh, wow.
because,
Okay.
yeah, and the thing is, like, I loved what I did, but the problem was I've also won for, growth and advancement. And unfortunately, in radio, it's
Hmm.
a tough business as it is.
Yeah.
And with everything else that was going on in my life at the time, it was one of those things that, like, this is the best decision for me. Not only that, but also, like, the schedule was wonky. Like, there would be times I would
Hmm.
be working, like, late nights uh, and all that. And then, like, the next morning, I'd be working, like, early in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the schedule was inconsistent. I wasn't able to have a life. I wasn't able to, like, go out and do things I want to do with my friends and all that. But at the same time, it was one of the things of I was able to go out to, um, I was able to go to the sporting events. I was able to, work Tigers games. I worked Red Wings games. I would go and talk to the fans in between, like, during the commercial breaks and all that. And being able to go experience all these things I was able to do. And also, I admit, I also helped out. We have a country music station that I would help out with. They would need
Hmm.
an engineer on standby to make sure things weren't exploding on them. They needed some help for the news station. So, like, I was kind of all over the place in that regard. Um, During my 8 years there, and
Hmm.
I left on good terms. So, like, if I decide to get the itch and I want to go back, I still have their contacts and all that stuff. I'm more
That's
than welcome to
good.
do that. But I think right now, with where I'm at, is probably best that I stay and continue doing what I do, which is start to focus on streaming more, start to
Sure.
focus on hanging out with my friends, and just going from there.
Yeah. So I was looking at your page, your Twitch page, and I was just reading your About Me section, and it does say that, you have a podcast. Is that something that you still do now, or is that something, from
It's a little out.
before?
It's a little outdated. Yeah,
Okay.
my one friend and I, we did a podcast for a time. It's just life got in the way, and we're just like, okay, we're not
Sure.
gonna be able to do this. I mean, we're still great friends, but just one of the things I wish we could have continued doing it.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just, yeah, unfortunately, it's just I gotta update that. It's been a hot minute since
No,
I've gone through and
that's
updated
great.
that.
It means that I'm just so interested in like the sports aspect of
Mhm.
it, like the sports casting. Like, are you interested in being like a sports like caster? I'm like really bad at like the terminology or whatever that it is,
No,
but
you're
like,
good. No,
do
yeah.
you are you interested in like commentating like on sports stuff, or like are you just interested more in like just talking about games after they happen, or
Kind of both, in all honesty. Like I've had streams where I'll be doing live commentary of a football game. I'll be doing live commentary of a hockey game. A lot of times my brother joins me on that stuff. Some of the clips that I have that are flying around the internet are when Michigan won a national championship. My brother joined in for that, and
yeah.
he's a diehard Michigan fan. I am not, but I was happy that they won. Um, but yeah, it's like I do talk a little bit about sports on stream and all that stuff. If there's a game that I'm absolutely interested in, then I will
Hmm.
absolutely commentate it. But for the most part, it's not just solely about sports. While sports is what I did in radio, when it comes to streaming, a lot of it is more gaming. A lot of it is more just stuff going on in the world, stuff going on in my life. Like what you see on
Sure.
stream is what you get in real life with me. I have always been
Sure.
that way. I've never had a persona or anything like that. So,
Hmm.
being able to bring that, uniqueness, creativity, and stuff. And also, yeah, the radio background helps because I've been told many times in chat, wow, you have a voice for radio. Thanks. Don't I know it?
Don't I know it?
Don't I know it?
Oh, it's too funny. Um, yeah, okay, so you're big gamer. I know that you and Schmores, you guys game together, right?
Yes.
So like
Yeah.
what games do you play? Like what are your favorite games to stream, and like do you play a lot of games like offline? Like what are you interested in? Like what are your favorite games, and what are, some
It
favorite games that you like playing with friends, I guess?
it is a laundry list of games. Like I mean, like a giant list of games. I say that I'm a variety streamer because every stream is different.
Hmm.
One day it could be Fortnite. The next day it could be Hearthstone. The next day Pico Park. Or
Pico Park.
if we if we do if we do the charity thing or horror game, Choo Choo Charlie. Thanks for that, by the way.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Choo Choo Charles. That's so funny. What charity was it for? What were you doing? I can't
It
remember the
was
charity.
Yeah, it was for Gamers Outreach. It's why I call it
Okay.
Gamers Giving.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
happens on like the west side of the state, I feel like.
Yeah, something
It
like
just
that.
happened. It just happened, didn't it? They have like a convention.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
they host a convention every year to like raise money and everything like that. And they still work with streamers, they still work with charities and all that stuff. And I love the mission that they have set up for it because
Mhm.
while I have not like had a hospital stay, I know that there are, I've known families of children that have had to have like prolonged hospital stays, and
Mhm.
allowing these carts to be built for kids to play games and just enjoy life as they're going through a tough time in their lives is something that I absolutely love. In any
Mhm.
way I can help out would be great. But yeah, Gamers Giving was the first time I did a charity stream on my own. I did help out with the streamers challenge with BB Jess, or the streamer showdown between Twitch and
Oh,
Kick.
right. Yeah, that was a couple years
Yeah,
ago, I feel like. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yep. Team Twitch just lost out, but you know what? We at the end of the day, we raised money for charities. It was a great event.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first like actual like charity event uh to do something on my own. And that was just, it was just we were just fun casual games of just like hanging out, playing games and, raising money and going from there. So
Yeah.
we're able to hit our goal. As such, we played Choo Choo Charles, which was absolutely
Yeah.
great.
Oh my
Great. But I
God.
mean,
That game is wild.
uh-huh.
What a weird concept. Like who like I should look into it a little bit more, but like how did they come up with it's like here's a giant spider train
Train.
and you have to fight it. Like what a scary idea. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I had to play it because I do a little bit of charity work myself,
Hmm.
and I had to play it on nightmare mode, and that
Oh
is
no.
no thank you. It's
Nope.
even
I'm
scarier.
good.
Like no, it's a terrifying game. It's terrifying, but it's also like funny at the same time because it's like what is this game? Like what this is such
Yeah.
a strange idea. So yeah, great. So charity work.
Mhm.
Do you have any like charity events planned for the next year? Is that something that still interests you?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're still working some stuff out for Gamers Giving 2025. Trying
Sure.
to figure some stuff out with my team, my friends, and everything like that. Nothing set in stone at the moment. We're still in the planning phases. But I would still like to do like some charity work. It just kind of depends on what I have going on if I'm able to actually do it.
Mm.
And all that. But yeah, it definitely. I've always been one to like to give back. Funny enough, my brother is actually running a charity right now. On Tuesday, he's getting his head shaved for St. Baldrick's. So,
Oh, nice.
um,
Oh, very cool. I
yeah,
love that.
but yeah, so it's just one of the things of my family were always about like charity and helping where we can. And I feel like with streaming, and you know this, you said yourself, you do some charity work on this in your streams. It's a great feeling knowing that you can help people out while still doing something that you love to do, especially with
Exactly.
streaming in that regard.
Yeah, it's a really great way to I found a lot of like purpose in the charity streaming, and I think it's a really great way to, one of the biggest things about Twitch, and I think you said something to the effect of this earlier, is like building community and
Yes.
finding your people, and like doing the charity work is a really great way to bring people together for a cause that you think is important, and finding other people that cause is important to. For me, one of the biggest ones is the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. We do that every March, and it brings a lot of people together, and talking about things that might be stigmatized, colonoscopies and stuff like that, and bringing people together to say like, oh my gosh, I've experienced this too. It's a really great way to bring people together, and especially like the Gamers for Giving, they focus on gaming in general, and then also one of the ones that I do is Extra Life, and it's the same type of thing. Like they focus on like
Yeah.
the gaming community and streamers, and they make it really like easy to put stuff together to be able to raise money, which I think is really really cool. So did you do, when you were like in radio and when you were doing that, did you do charity work in that respect as well, or did you only just start doing charity work like for yourself, like streaming on Twitch?
So I did help out. We did have like some building wide charity events going on. One of them is for the Heat and Warmth Fund.
Mm-hmm.
It which kind of helps, families in need with money, so they don't have to go through cold winters. They're able to have heat. They're able to be comfortable during the tough winters and all that stuff. I would help man the phones at times, get
Oh, cool.
donations from people. We would raise like millions of dollars, and we also
That's
get
awesome.
yeah, we would also get like local sponsors that would come in, drop like $10,000, $20,000 here
That's
and
so
there,
cool.
and it was
Yeah.
always great. But recently, like the later years, we actually started raising money for we do a there's always a charity softball game in honor of a former on-air host who unfortunately passed away
Mm-hmm.
from colorectal cancer.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
yes. So recently we started doing that in his honor and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's recently it's been mostly just through streaming, but the last couple of years with radio and all that, I've been able to
Mm-hmm.
help out with charity work where I can. It just kind of depends like what's going on. If I have a day off, if I'm able to do it, like I would absolutely volunteer for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Um, So when it comes to streaming, you were talking about like the transition from radio to streaming. So like when it like your training in radio, like how have you taken those elements of your training with radio and like how do you apply it like to your stream? Are there like any sort of like I don't know, audio effects or I don't even know. Like tell me about that. Tell me about like things that of radio that you've sort of like integrated with your stream.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, sound effects, sound bites, sound drops, all the fun
Mhm.
stuff. Definitely, you see that in radio
Mhm.
also. Just to add like some comedy and everything. Um, Obviously, working with audio, working, able to like work those levels. There's also some similarities between radio and streaming, but there's also some differences. For example, in radio, you have to follow FCC guidelines.
Sure.
You can't say
Yep.
certain words on the air. Whereas with
Right.
radio, yeah, there's certain guidelines you have to follow, but you can still drop an F bomb or two if you get scared crapless. Um,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah, there are definitely some similarities in that regard. There's definitely obviously some differences, but you're able to take some of those effects, sound clips, audio. If you can play it on your computer, you can definitely play it on your stream and everything.
Mhm.
You're able to take recordings uh, from your streams and turn them into an audio clip and vice versa. Um, and recently the radio station at the time was starting to stream on Twitch. The company had a partnership with them to stream like
Oh,
shows
okay.
live.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
so I was kind of able to. The funny thing was, like, I told my boss, like, oh, hey, I have experience on Twitch. Let me help you out with this. Instead, they got some guy that was doing it from a like a office in Atlanta.
Oh,
I'm just like, guys,
come on.
come on, seriously, like, you have a streamer right here.
I know what
Use
I'm
me.
doing. Yeah.
Like I know what I'm doing. I know, but
Yeah.
yeah. So like being able to transition from radio to streaming. Really, the only difference is I just have a camera on my face right now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, there is some differences in there, but it's not too much of a difference. You're able to easily transition from radio and just broadcasting in general from that into streaming, doing stuff on your own.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, cool. Um, Let me see. I had some questions written down and
I do
let's
like
see. Mhm.
what Marcellus 17 did put in there. Hello, choose me.
Choose
Yes,
me, please.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. It was literally like I would literally walk into the boss's office and just like, bruh,
Yeah.
like come on, seriously.
um So okay, so this is something I just thought of. So
Yeah.
as like a radio broadcaster, so you're basically I don't know how it was like if you were on like a show and you had like other people that you would like talk with and like sort of like banter with. When it comes to like Twitch, it's sort of like just you. So instead of like one way broadcasting, you're like talking with other people. Like how is that different or like how have you like adapted into like interacting with chat and like instead of like talking I imagine it is like nobody's talking back to you, right? Unless you have
Right.
like a co-host or something, like you don't have the people on the other side of the radio talking to you. So like how do you find that that's different or is that challenging for you or
Like if my friends are joining me and all that stuff, we can have that banter back and forth and have some fun with
yeah.
that. But if it's just me on my own, that's where the chat comes into play. I would say the big challenge is like if it's like one or two people that are just chatting, then it is more so just like waiting for them to respond, waiting to have that
Yeah.
banter back and forth and everything like
Yeah.
that. So there is a bit of a challenge, and a lot of times there's some times when I stream or just like every Monday when I stream, there's always just a weekend recap. Hey, how's you guys'
Yeah.
weekend? This is what I did, and just go through everything and
Yeah.
get my thoughts on everything that happened on over the weekend. What I did, what I didn't do, what I wish I did, anything
Mhm.
funny or serious that happened, and being able to utilize that. You get used to it after a certain amount of time. But when chat is in play or when you have friends that join in the call, that's where yeah, that's where you can have that banter. It just kind of depends on what kind of stream you're going to have,
Yeah.
and who exactly is getting involved in that regard.
Right. Yeah. I find it really difficult. Like for me, it's like I'm a just chatting streamer mostly. Like I
Yeah.
just talk, right? And I find that like the last couple of years I've kind of been having this like I don't know if it's an epiphany or whatever, but it's like I feel like I rely really heavily on chat and rely really heavily on like people responding to the things that I say because when you're just chatting streamer you're just sitting there talking, right? And it can get really difficult, just kind of talking to yourself. So I feel like I've been really lucky in the sense that it's like I do have a lot of people who kind of like show up regularly, which thank you like so much. Like that's incredible. But I think that there's like you kind of have to like develop banter like with yourself in a way, sometimes when it's like you don't have people that are sitting there like responding to the things that you're saying, like you kind of have to like I don't know, but then that's when like the games come into play, and then it's like when you're gaming, I don't play a whole lot of games, like I want to play more games, but it's like that's the whole premise of Twitch is like you're not just talking, you're like playing a game and like commenting on the game that you're playing too. So I think it can be really difficult to why does I'm sorry, my music like keeps stopping for some reason and it's
Oh,
really
that's not,
distracting and I hate it. I don't know why it
I
keeps stopping.
it's a Sunday. The Spotify hasn't woken up yet. But
Yeah, that's so
kind of
true.
going back. Yeah, kind of go back to something that you said earlier. Like you just being being lucky and being a just chatting streamer. You don't play a lot of games and all that stuff, and that's absolutely fine. Every streamer has their own niche, their own go-to. It's whatever
Yeah.
makes you comfortable and everything. And no,
Yeah.
and this. I'm in your chat constantly whenever you're streaming, just
Yeah.
hanging out and all that stuff. You have a great community. Everyone's community is fantastic. Is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just the big thing is making sure you're able to utilize it. That's the thing. So, and which
Right.
you're able to do. You're definitely able to do that.
Yeah.
With the community that you have.
Yeah, and I think what you said is so true. Is like every streamer has a niche and like you have different things that you do and it's like it's really hard I think to watch. I watch a lot of Twitch. Like I watch a lot of different
Mhm.
streamers and I see a lot of different things that people are doing and I really look up to, some streamers, BB Jess obviously. I really look up to her and I really look up to, a lot of other, big streamers in the space and it can get hard sometimes when you think like I'm not doing enough, right? It's like I'm not
Right.
interesting enough, like I don't have enough stuff going on my stream that people can interact with and stuff like that. So it's like you're always kind of trying to find for me anyway, I'm always like trying to find like something more interesting and different to do, which this friendship and French roast thing just kind of happened on accident. Like it was something like my friends super cool and the new soups, like they approached me and they wanted to come and talk about their album. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds cool. And then with the scheduling conflicts and stuff, it just happened that it was like, okay, let's just do it on a Sunday. And so it just became obviously now we're on episode 3, you're here and we're having conversations with people that I probably would never have had before, so it's really cool. Like Twitch in general is just like this like hub of like different stuff that we can do and connect with people that we would have never have connected with before, so
Oh yeah, no, it's
yeah.
been great, and yeah, just being able to meet the people that I've been able to meet, being able to hang out, do things like this, like
Yeah. Yeah.
being a part of BB Jess's Dreamathon last year, being on the main
Yeah.
stage of DreamHack and all that stuff was a lot of fun. I would never be able to experience that if I wasn't doing streaming on Twitch, honestly.
Yeah, there's so many different like corners of the world that I've been opened up to since streaming, and I
Mhm.
definitely feel like I'm a better person than I was 4 or 5 years ago, because I've been opened up to all sorts of different walks of life, and it's just been such a fruitful experience for me, just being able to meet other people, and then just going back to like the charity work too and just like
Yeah.
learning about different causes. Like one of the ones that I really like to support is the Trevor Project, and we do that in June, for Pride Month. We raise money for the Trevor Project, so it's like I didn't even know that like these were organizations that existed, right? But because of Twitch and because of like meeting the people that I've met, it's been just like really eye-opening, and like my views and horizons have been broadened, and I think that that's just something that's just so beautiful about Twitch. And you
Yeah.
know, and it's also crazy because I've also met people that I never would have met before, but we're in the same state. Like it's like
Hi.
so, and it's just so nuts because like there have been a couple instances where I've met people who that there are a couple other people. The new Soups, she's also in Michigan, and I think that
Hey,
there are
all
some other
right.
people in Michigan as well. And it's super funny. Rhode Island, who just popped in just now, she calls it Twitch again because there are a lot of people who are here at that stream in Michigan, and I think it's definitely
Twitch
because like
again.
half of the
Yeah.
year we're just locked down inside because there's so much cold and snow. So that's what I
Yeah.
think. So we're trying to find ways to interact with each other so we don't have to go outside. So
If it works, it works. That's the
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I'm
So
definitely using that. By the way, I'm definitely gonna be using Twitch again
Twitch
at
again.
this.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm using that now. Thank you, Rody, for that.
Yeah. So yeah, super funny. Yeah. So you're a big sports fan. We talked about that a little bit. So
Yeah.
I gotta ask about all of these banners and pennants and things in your background. So I do see,
So
obviously, we talked about Michigan a little bit, but it's like I see Red Wings, Pistons. Tell me
yeah.
about what's going on in the background here.
All right. So I'm gonna move the camera up a little bit here
Yeah,
just so we kind of
perfect.
get. All right. So um, these guys here are just scarves. One of the big things I've done is soccer games in the past. Manchester City over in England is my number one team.
Oh,
So
okay.
so what I do is like if there's like a big soccer game going on in Detroit or at anywhere in Michigan I'm able to go, I'm gonna get a scarf. So
Yeah,
we got
okay.
a couple of games that I've gone to. Some of the games from Michigan Stadium, Manchester City versus or Manchester United versus Liverpool, Real Madrid versus Chelsea, Paris Saint Germain, and oh crap, who was it? AS Roma from Italy. We also got Detroit City FC, the hometown local team that I go
Mm,
to often.
okay.
There's a Detroit Pistons one that we got when we were doing a live remote show for the radio station. They just gave me a scarf. I'm just like, cool, perfect.
That's
And
awesome.
then we have a a Trans Siberian Orchestra one from when we were in lockdown. My brother is a big fan of TSO, and they were doing
Mm,
a live show. Well, live in a sense of they were going to live stream a show, play some of their hit songs. It was like a light show and everything that you would see from a original
yeah.
TSO concert. And buying the package that we did, we were able to get a couple scarves. So I was able to take one and just hung it up.
That's
Um,
so cool. What the
yeah,
heck?
yeah. And
That's
then you also
awesome.
got, the my brother, my dad, and I went to opening day in 2023. We got a couple of flags from some golf tournaments and everything. So, and we got a bunch more stuff downstairs, like just like hanging up in the basement. Stuff
Yeah.
that I don't have the room to put anywhere in my room. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
so like that kind of like helps out with the backdrop a little bit here. It kind of helps out like when I'm streaming, people will bring it up
Hmm.
sometimes, but it's always it has been a while. I do need to get some new scarves in that regard, but we will once we get some, we'll figure that out and we'll go from there.
Yeah. The Pistons aren't they I am not like I don't follow sports.
Yeah.
I just don't. But aren't the Pistons, are they doing well right now? Is there something like, are they in the, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, are they in the
So
playoffs? Like, what's happening?
yeah, so the Pistons made the playoffs. They actually just got bounced on Thursday, so they're out.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, we made the playoffs for the first time in a long time. We gave the New York Knicks a close run.
Okay.
Unfortunately, uh, yeah, it just unfortunately we weren't able to get the job done and get the win to force a game seven. But It was actually, it's funny you brought that up. My brother and I went to the game last week
Oh,
at
okay.
home, and it was like around this time we were just chilling in downtown Detroit, just kind of like walking around and figuring
Yeah.
some stuff out and what we wanted to do. So
I love going to downtown Detroit for like a sporting event. I like going to I haven't been to one in a really long time, but like I've been to like Tigers games and stuff, downtown.
yeah,
I did you ever go to when the Pistons played at the Palace? Did you go to games there at
yes,
all? Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
We went to some Wings games at Joe Louis Arena.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
yeah. So I like
Yeah.
all the old stadiums and everything I miss, but at the same
Yeah.
time, LCA also brings its own uniqueness
It's
to
awesome. Yeah, I think
it.
that
Yeah.
putting in Little Caesars Arena and Ford Field, I think that that was a really great choice for Detroit
Mhm.
to actually bring sports like to Detroit. I know a lot of people were pretty upset. The Palace was in Auburn Hills as well as the Silver Dome.
Was in Pontiac. Yeah.
That's in Pontiac. Yeah, so it's like it wasn't Detroit, right? It was just like it was sort of like suburb of Detroit. It's like 35-40 minutes away from actual
Yeah.
downtown Detroit, and everybody's always like, oh, Detroit is like terrible, like blah 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 blah, and like it's not really that bad. Like, I mean, I
It's
feel like
not.
in the last like 15 years, I feel like they've really like built it up, especially with Little Caesars Arena, Ford Field. I've been to a couple concerts at Ford Field, a couple Taylor Swift concerts. It's a beautiful venue. I've also been to a couple sports games. I think I did I go to a Lions game there before? I don't know. I remember going to a Lions game when I was really, really young at the Silver Dome, and I
Okay.
just remember walking in and like your ears would pop when you would walk in because it's just like full of air. But I remember doing that. But yeah, downtown Detroit, like if anybody is, coming to Detroit, like coming to Michigan, definitely go spend some time down there. There's a lot of really great
Yeah.
food and
Oh
there
yeah.
like I feel like people are like people don't think that Detroit is safe, and like I mean no city is safe.
It's
Like
safe.
you go to
Yeah.
Chicago, you go to New York, like it's the same thing. So I think it was a really great choice for them to put sports in Detroit
Mhm.
and like proper. So yeah, I think it's great for sure. So
Yeah. Downtown Detroit has really seen a massive glow up, and especially in
mhm.
recent years and everything. Like we've had friends that have come in from all over. They're always wanting to hang out in downtown Detroit because there's always something to do, whether it's a concert, sporting event, great food, like you said, the riverfront, just whatever.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
always something to do. So,
yeah,
yeah, if you ever come to Detroit, definitely hit up the downtown area,
yeah,
and you'll definitely have some fun with that.
yeah. The riverfront, like the Riverwalk, is really cool. Have you ever been to Belle Isle?
I have not. I want to
Okay.
go. I have not been to Belle Isle. I'm always every time I'm in downtown Detroit, I always see Belle Isle, and always just like one day, I'll get there
One
one
day I'll
day,
get there.
man. Just that day, not today.
Yeah, yeah. I took my friend Annie on film, who's in chat right now. I took her to her and her partner to Belle Isle when they were here, and
Mhm.
I've only been a couple of times. I think that was only the second time that I had been there. But there's like an aquarium there. It's like a really small
Yeah.
aquarium, but it's cool. Like the building is super old, so it's like there's all this history and stuff there too. So but yeah, we got to wave to the Canadians. Yeah, that's right, Annie. It's like right there, like
Yep.
right against Canada.
Funny,
So
funny thing about that, we actually one of my friends that came in 2022 is from Canada. He's from Nova Scotia,
okay.
and we took him to downtown Detroit. We're at the riverfront, and all of a sudden his phone goes off because he was able to connect to the Canadian signal
Yep.
to make phone
Yeah.
calls and everything.
Yeah.
And he just like, how is this happening? Just like, dude, the border is literally this
It's
river. Like
literally
this
right
river
there.
is
The
right
am-
there.
the
So
amount of times that I've gone to downtown Detroit and had my phone just like suddenly go on roaming, it's like you're in a different country. I'm like, I'm not. I'm literally here in the States still. Like, stop roaming. So,
yep.
oh my gosh, too funny. That chat's talking about a whole bunch of different chips, different flavors of chips, ketchup chips.
Ketchup chips.
I've never had ketchup chips before.
No, never.
Oh my
Never
gosh,
even.
have you had? Okay, this is a silly topic. Downey's potato chips. Have you had these chips before? It's like a Michigan-based like potato chip factory.
It sounds familiar. I don't think
Okay.
I have. But
Okay.
if it's local, I'm definitely down to try it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Downey's potato chips. Okay, so there's like this whole thing that they used to be a different recipe of chip, and
Hmm.
they were so good. They're very like locally owned mom and pop type potato chip factory, and the potato
Okay.
chips used to be so good. And they changed their recipe recently, and I've been really mad about it, because they're expensive chips because it's like a small made company, and so the chips
Right.
they were really really good, and they changed the recipe, and I've been mad about it for a long time, but I recently got a bag of the new chips, the new recipe of chips, and they're actually pretty good. So if anybody's looking for locally made potato chips, it's Downey Downey potato chips, but you should try them. You
Yeah,
definitely
I'll definitely
should.
give him a chance. Absolutely. So,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
see here, ketchup chips and maple soda.
Maple soda.
That's a new one. Are we talking like is it like maple syrup soda?
Is it just maple
Like
syrup, like carbonated maple syrup? Is that
I'm I have questions. I'm curious. I have questions. I believe that was yeah, Annie on film. Help us out with that one a little bit.
what the heck is that? Like
Yeah,
maple soda. I need to know about that.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Uh,
curious.
yeah.
You've piqued my interest.
Yeah,
Whether it's
what
a
is
good thing or a
maple
bad
soda?
thing.
Prototype
Maple.
zebra maple soda. She just screaming it. What is it?
Yeah,
It's okay,
just
not
all
as good as
caps. Like
the ketchup chips. What that? Well, what is it? What is it? Like, is it Coca
ketchup
Cola or
flavored chips
like?
or like
It should
should
be
be called
called
maple pop.
maple
Yep.
pop. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
not soda.
Yep.
It's pop.
Yeah.
It's pop for sure. So,
Exactly.
what are some other like? Okay, so Michigan made like Fago pop.
Yep.
Do
Better
you
made. Better made
Better
chips. Yeah.
Made? Yeah, Better Made. Aunt Millie's like bread? Is that one that's a Michigan made one?
I
Aunt Millie's.
I
I feel like I'm gonna
I
like.
I don't think so.
I think I'm wrong. I think I am probably wrong.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's just
I
showing
mean,
me it.
yeah, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I think I've seen it like in other places, but uh, yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh,
So,
Sanders fudge and bump cakes. Have you ever had a
oh
bumpy
my
cake
God,
before?
yes, yes, that's like yeah, like listen. Whenever I have people visit Michigan for the first time, there are two things I will get for them: take them to a Coney Island and get
Yes.
them a
Oh,
bumpy cake. You have
the
to. Yes.
conies. The conies. I took Annie on film. We went to, I don't know if you've ever been to, I think it's called Lafayette's Coney Island in Detroit.
Yeah.
I had never been there before, but I took Annie when she was here before, and it's wild there. Like it's like
Uh huh.
I think that it's been featured like on some sort of, I don't even know, like some Food Network show. But the guys in there are crazy. Like they were like pouring like these glasses of milk for children, but it was like a wild, like they were pouring like, I can't even explain it. It's just like they were pulling the carton like way high up and like pouring it into this tiny
Yeah.
little cup, and it was like this long stream of like milk. It was so crazy. So
Yeah.
hamburger one, yeah, Annie, that was it. There was like they kept like yelling out like hamburger one.
Yep.
What were some of the other ones, Annie, that they said? So,
I'll
oh my
say
god.
I've been to American, I've been to Lafayette. And I will say like yeah, like they're both in their own unique way. They're both
Yeah.
crazy in that
Yeah.
regard. Like
Yeah.
it was funny. Last Sunday we went, my brother and I went to American and we put in an order and a guy just screaming like like we give him the order. He's like, okay, great. Hey, I need a combo number one. Okay, what do you want? All right, hey, make that two of them. And some Pepsis, please. Thank you.
Too funny. Yeah, I'm hungry
But
now too, Rody. A coney dog sounds so good right now. Like
it does.
I
Yeah.
might convince my
I might
husband to
get one.
go. It sounds
Yeah.
good today.
I'm just gonna once we're done, just like okay, great, perfect. I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna go out and get one
Go
just
and get
because
a
I
coney
can.
dog.
Might as well.
Oh my gosh. Prototype Zebra said this. I didn't know this, that BD's Mongolian barbecue, the first one was in Royal Oak. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Mongolian barbecue started in Michigan. I had no idea that that was the case.
I did
That's
not know
crazy.
that either. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
missed that place. I wish it didn't close down.
Yeah.
So,
My gosh.
man.
Ikagawa. you should come visit. Anybody should come visit. Wait, okay, so Schmore said no because he took me to Mongolian. Okay, wait. So when did Schmore's visited? Tell me all about that experience.
Yes. So when Schmores visited, this was when we first met. It was winter of 2018. For some reason, the Texas people want to visit Michigan in wintertime. I don't know why. They just do.
They want to see snow.
I guess, but some of her friends are also my friends from like growing up in high school, middle school, and all that stuff.
Oh, how funny!
They reached out to me like, hey, we're going bowling one night. Do you want to come with? Sure. It's where I met Schmores. It's where we had some fun. The running joke that we have is, for good luck, we clink bowling balls. She got a strike, I got a garter ball. So it worked for one of us, not for the other. But
Amazing.
since then we've been good friends ever since. She came up to Michigan in 2018. I went down to Texas in 2023. My first time going to DreamHack.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and just, she picked me up from the airport and everything, gave me the biggest freaking hug possible.
Yeah.
And just, anytime I'm able to hang out with her and all that stuff, I'm going to get the opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's able to come back to Michigan, or we're able to hang out in person soon.
If she does come back, let me know.
We'll definitely let you know. Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll go from there.
Schmores, I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to be in Texas for DreamHack in a couple weeks. So that is something that's happening. So I don't know if that's,
Unfortunately, she's, unfortunately, I don't think she's in Texas right now.
I got it. Okay.
Bet.
Cool.
Yeah, but I'm sure, we'll play this. She'll get up to Michigan at some point. We've been talking about this for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And she says she'll get up to Michigan soon at some point, and we'll figure something out, and we'll all hang out together.
I think everybody should visit Michigan. I love it here. I'm born and raised in Michigan. I love the seasons. I love a lot of people hate the snow, but like I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's quiet, and I love being home, so I'm just like home. I'm home in the winter time, and I love it. So
yeah, and the summers and the falls are also like very beautiful, especially the fall time with the changing leaf colors and everything.
Amazing. Yeah, summertime I think is really beautiful too. I mean, I'm not really like a lake girly. Like I didn't like grow up on a lake, but I know that a lot of people are boat people in Michigan. There's a lot of lakes, obviously. But I don't spend a whole lot of time doing all that, but I like to go to the beach and stuff, but I always say every summer I'm like, I'm gonna get outside more, and I'm gonna go to the beach, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, but then you just stay home. So guys, Jimmy, so we've been talking to Jimmycat. You can do ! today, and you can find his link to his Twitch channel. Jimmy is he has experience in radio, and he has sort of like switched, not really like completely switched over to Twitch, but he has a lot of radio experience. He's from Michigan. So I don't know if you guys have any questions for Jimmy. I'd like to just kind of like open that up to chat if you guys have anything that you want to say or ask Jimmy. Very big sports fan. I saw Purple say something earlier because you were talking about soccer, and Purple said they were like, you mean football.
Yeah. And the thing is, I should have known better. I should know better because a little fun fact about me: my grandmother is Audible British. So every time I say soccer, she goes, it's football. I go, right. Sorry, Nana.
You should know better.
I should know better. I should know better. Like I watch it every morning. I wake up to it every weekend. Like I should be used to this, but nope. Sorry. My bastard American mind changes to soccer. My bad. Whoops.
I've been conditioned.
Exactly.
I have a question. Okay, so you were talking about your Nat 20. Is it a 20 shirt? Nat 20 shirt?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you play D&D? Like, do you have like a campaign? Like tell me about your experience with D&D, because obviously you have some experience, right? Since you're wearing a D20 shirt.
So, so I started playing D&D during the pandemic. it was one of
Okay.
those things. I'm like, you know what? All my friends were all online. They're doing a D&D thing online at some point. They're like, you know what? I'm just gonna get involved, kind of see what it's all about. And I've always been one that's into like, I've always been one that's into like fantasy and role playing games and stuff like that. So like it took me a minute to kind of get that like the rules down and all that stuff. I'm now in one campaign with one of my friends online.
Mm-hmm.
She we stream it live on YouTube
Oh, okay.
every Sunday as much as possible, like me and some friends of mine. Um, and then I actually have a campaign with some of my other friends on the side in one of our other servers. Just kind of it's kind of a slow burn because everyone has their own stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're all actually people are moving to Michigan. Funny enough,
Oh, how
so
funny.
we're gonna
Yes.
be going from we're gonna be going from online to in person real quickly
Oh,
here.
that's so
Um,
cool. What the heck?
uh, but yeah, so like I've been able to kind of like dab in both being as a player and as the one that runs it, and yeah, sometimes my roles are very good, like the shirt says. Other times the roles just make me want to quit the game. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's all for fun. You gotta make sure you got the right friend group to do it.
Oh,
Like people that
100%.
you know don't take it seriously. They're able to not only help you out also with questions if you may have, because I admit I'm still a noob.
Yeah.
I'm still a
Yeah.
noob with that, and it's one
Yeah.
of those things of like I just like I have a question. But make sure you're able to find the friend group. Make sure you're able to just get that friend group that you're going to be able to trust to have a good time, and everything will be good in the end.
Yeah, you have to kind of find people that fit your vibe too, because I'm the same way as like I ask a lot of questions while I'm playing, and so I feel pretty intimidated by it because I feel like I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
But other people that I know, we have a really amazing group in our stream team, Punch the Sun. We have a community Discord, and we have a huge RPG like group, and they do so many different like D&D campaigns and other campaigns, and they take it very seriously, and it's really cool to watch. Our one friend, Spicy Town Hall, he streams it also. Like he's a DM and he streams
Okay.
it. They take it very seriously, and it's so fun to watch. But I get super intimidated to play because I'm really bad with commitment. I can't commit to doing it once a week or whatever. It's like I like to do like one shots. Like that's what I really like to do. But I
Mm-hmm.
also ask a lot of questions, so I get intimidated and I'm scared to play because I'm like I don't want to break the feeling. It's like people are really advanced in like doing role play and stuff, so it's like I feel like you got to find the vibe, like you said, like you got to find the people that's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not wanting to take it way too seriously. But yeah, it can be pretty intimidating, but that's so cool that you found a group and that you've done it online, and now it sounds like you guys are going to be doing it in person. That's really cool. That's really awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And we got chat coming in talking about. Rody brings up, can we just pick up Michigan and move it to the coast? No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. Where are you gonna put a hand-shaped state with two
It's just gonna
peninsulas anywhere
stick
on the
out.
coast? Yeah, like where?
Oh my
Where?
god.
But
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Let's see here. Don't fear the 20-foot long sheets of ice falling from the bridges. It'll be fine. We don't talk about that.
It's fine. It's really
It's
northern,
fine.
super duper northern Michigan is where you got to worry about it.
Yes.
We're more
Yep.
south in Michigan, so Michigan is already the coast. It's the northern coast, the third coast, and the freshwater coast. Yeah, jeez.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Ika said, I was lucky enough to be in a one shot at TwitchCon and it was such a great experience, but the dice fucked me. I was rolling
my
low
God.
the entire night. That's the worst, yeah.
Oh my god. And that's why I'm wearing this shirt today, because last couple of sessions the dice have really not played well in my favor. It's added for some funny moments, and luckily the DM that I'm working with in this campaign, if it's a bad roll, she's able to make it sound funny. And
Uh-huh.
something funny happens at mostly at the expense of my other friends, which
Mhm.
sorry, play the dice. But like, yeah, and the thing, like, I'm always like, as a DM, as someone that's running the game, I'm also one that like always looking to, you know, play with, people that might be interested, that may ask questions and stuff like that. So like, if at any point in time, if I'm running a one shot, you want to play, I'll definitely reach out and we can figure something out.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, I would love to. I'm definitely just I'm a noob also. I think I will always be a noob at D&D. I think I always will just ask a whole bunch of questions, but yeah, I'd love that. That would be awesome. So
absolutely.
Okay, well, guys, we're kind of running out of time a little bit, but if anybody has any last parting words for Jimmy, Jimmy, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I'm so glad that we got some time to kind of just like chat and get to know each other a little better, because I know that we've been interacting like on Twitch, and we sit in Discord calls together doing co-working, but we don't ever talk. We always are like doing like hand motions and like typing to each other, but we haven't actually had an actual discussion, so it's been really fun to get to know you a little bit better. So
yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the invite. I appreciate you being able to do this and everything. And honestly, being able to just kind of talk about my experience and everything with everything that's going on in my career, like going from radio to streaming and all that. It's been fun. It's been a good time. I'm glad we're able to do this, and hopefully. Hopefully this continues to pop off. You're able to get talk to more unique individuals.
Yeah, it's been really cool. I'm really happy that it's kind of been going the way that it has been. I'm really excited about it. I have a lot of people lined up for the next couple of weeks. Next week, I think I have Wanderlust RPG. I think is next week. I don't know. I think I might be saying that wrong. I need to actually look at my schedule, but I'm really excited to, get to talk to people. It's just really nice to, get to know the people that are in the community. So, cool. Well, I think that's pretty much it, guys. You can find Jimmy, just Jimmycat on Twitch. You can find it pinned at the top of chat. He's got all of his socials and stuff pinned there in his Twitch. And you can also find him. He's around in the Whimsy Coffee Co. He doesn't drink coffee, but that's okay. We forgive him. But yeah,
I'll add you to the list of people that forgive me for that. Okay, perfect.
Oh man. But thank you so much. So yeah, that's it. Ending is always super awkward. So that's it. Okay, we're gonna end. And that's we're still I have to raid out, I guess. So I think maybe we can. Nobody's awkward. What are you talking about?
Nope.
What?
Awkward,
this isn't awkward at all. Jimmy, do you have anybody that is live that you would want us to go raid out to?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would absolutely.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have anyone.
No problem. Okay, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go over and we're just going to see my friend Nightlight Night. She's streaming Only Cans, which... have you heard of this game?
No, and I'm not sure if I want to. I'm curious.
You're gonna learn. You're about to learn, my friend.
All right, perfect.
Oh man, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time. We're gonna go see NLK. If you guys don't mind copying the raid message, that would be sick. Also, go check out Jimmy. Go check him out on Twitch. Jimmycat. I can't frickin' type today. There we go. Go follow him over on Twitch, and we'll see you guys next time, I guess. Yep, okay. Yep, I never know how to end. It's literally the most awkward thing ever, and I'm just gonna awkwardly speak for a little while, and yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit the button, and we're gonna raid out now. Okay,